So I'm going to post this video, but I'm going to first show you when I very first created the video. And I don't have this gift thing for just any old reason. I know that people are like, oh, you're using oracle cards, you're using tarot cards. Yes, at the time I was doing that stuff. But it doesn't take away from the message at all. So even if I'm not using that stuff anymore to receive the messages that I do receive, you can't deny that what I said in this video in 2023 came true. I have had prophetic dreams and visions since I was 8 years old. Probably earlier than that, but that was the first time that one came true, like an actual dream came true. So look at this date. I'm going to post this video again. Today's date is March 17th, 2026. This is what the video looks like. This is what it's going to look like. You'll see me. This is the details of that video. You see, October 30th, 2023. You see the properties, right? Okay, so now that we have that established, I'm going to post this video. And again, it's titled Russian, China, Iran, Part 2. I don't know where the first part went. I'm going to have to look. But I'm at least going to post this. Just find it interesting. So usually the things that I predict come true within 2 years. And in this case, 2 to 3 years from the date of the prediction.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. Let's take a mini break. Mini break. So you can see I'm eating now. You know, if we're gonna talk about world destruction, you might as well be like sustained while you're doing it, right? So it's interesting. I was shuffling the cards, and the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Wands, which then turns into the Ten of Wands. And when I saw the Devil card, I immediately was like, oh, so the Devil's just trying to burden us all. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, interesting. The High Priestess in this energy, she's got the full egg there. It's not cracked. Because High Priestess, like myself, we know the way. Look. And see, look, it's like, again, an egg. Father? Yeah, Father God. Thank you. Yeah, the Father God. The name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's the way of the Father. So, see the Father here inside? And then on the other side is the tree of life and the branches here. This is the earth and this is the man. And we have to be able to work together to sustain this earth and this place that we live on and the resources that we have here. We could have used our resources in so many other ways than what we have. And every time that we do this, the resources have to be replenished in a way, meaning they can't be used for a long period of time, which then requires humanity to be dwindled down to nothing, just like it always is. If you look at the cycles of history, societies have always been wiped out by death, famine, and environmental events. But the Devil, okay, what I was picking up when I first saw the Devil and then the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands with this burdened energy, it's as if the Devil wants to burden so many people to the point where they're pushed to make the wrong decision. So, especially during times of war, the Devil really plays on people's insecurities, whether that's financial insecurity. Okay, so if you're financially insecure, you're more likely to rob a store or a person or someone's house. When you can't feed yourself or your family, you're more likely to go rob a store, a person, or someone's house. Like, you're more likely to go figure it out yourself and do it the wrong way instead of seeking the right way. Most people are unwilling to die for the right way, right? And so this is a message that none of us want to hear, but We have to, because if we're not willing to die for what's right, and you're just willing to do what's wrong, then you are, again, taking yourself out of God's pact and putting it with the devil. And this is only what's going to come. What's this deception? Seven of Swords with the Seven of Deception. Seven of Swords clarifying the Seven of Swords. I can't make this up. The Nine of Swords here on the bottom. Yeah, there's some sort of information. You know, back in the day, bread used to be a staple. In many countries, bread is many times your only meal. I'm seeing that again. I'm seeing bread. There's a lot of like fruit imagery, like fruit tree imagery. Yeah, someone's blinded to the fact that this is either just like, it kind of breaks down. It goes from a bigger scale to a smaller scale. So even on the smallest level, we are being deceived by the news and the politicians and our leadership, and we're being deceived by corporations and everything that's being sold to us, right? We're being deceived by ideologies and the idea that everyone's attacking you. So if you don't know the Lynch ideology, I'm half black and half white in America. It was only in the 1950s when it became legal for blacks and whites to get married in America. And my family has been fighting for that sort of equality, regardless of the color of your skin, for forever. And so the idea that we hate each other, right, for your sexual preference, like who you want to marry and have sex with on a daily basis, who you want to have children with, whether that's adopting or not, what lifestyle you want to live. Like, okay, I don't care if you're trans or gay or bisexual, if you don't identify in any sort of grouping, but you just love who you love. I don't care if you're heterosexual, if you're a male who marries women. I don't care what your lifestyle is, as long as you're not harming children, and you're not doing all these nasty things that people do behind closed doors. Then I'm fine with whatever that lifestyle is, as long as you're, bringing your children up with love and teaching them how to be good people. You're following the Christ conscious way. Beverly? Okay, Beverly or Beverly Hills. Beverly could be the street name, could be someone's physical name. It could represent a city, a town, anything. So that, just take that how it resonates. It's interesting. There's this water lady, though. There's two water sign energies here, and then this woman that's made of water. It's like, yeah, kinda. It's like it's like that feeling I'm getting. It's like something's gonna literally freaking pop out of nowhere, and people are gonna be shocked. It'd be like not thinking that something's in the water, and then all of a sudden something's in the water. Get out of the water! Like this fleeing energy, this feeling of, like when Godzilla comes out of the water and people are not expecting some freaking big ass monster to come out of the water, and what the hell comes out of the water. It's that feeling. And it's interesting, in the book of Revelations it talks about a beast coming from out of the water. It's just something's gonna come out of left field. It's just not, no one's going to expect it. Did you know? Like, people, even in the military, people are gonna be looking at each other sideways, like, how the f did we miss this? How the f did we miss this? Like, it's gonna be one of those really serious moments in time. where people are just not, they're just shocked that they weren't prepared. They didn't have the intel. The information didn't come. They were fed the wrong information. This is why I'm saying, like, this is deception here. They're feeding somebody the wrong information so that the nest, the bird that's protecting the nest, will die. And the nest is not protected. There's people searching for something here. People are using planes, technology for radar technology to pan out certain areas, right? To look at the properties, to try to figure out what's happening. People are literally doing everything they possibly can to find something. They're all looking for something. Imagine getting the wrong information and you go to the wrong country and you're looking and you're searching. Cable? Yeah, it's on the TV. It's on the TV. Thank you, Spirit. The information that's being spewed to us is on the TV, and it's all deception. Seven of Swords, deception, 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 everywhere. Cable TV. I'm not... Oh, God. Okay. What do we need to know further about this message regarding China, Russia, and Iran and the world? Yeah, they are literally looking through castles, ancient buildings, tombs. There's some sort of information. Remember I said coastal towns? Beach. Something about coastal towns. This could be an island. There could be, yeah, there's like some sort of explorers, people that are looking for something. Some sort of ancient structure or a building. They might be looking for some sort of hidden information. It could be inside of an old library. Again, there could be a lab that they're specifically looking for, or information that they're looking for in relation to help something in a lab. Like there's explorers of all kinds that look for all sorts of different things. And many times those people are hired. Paralysis popped out. What's interesting about that is if any of these viruses or bacteria, right, are genetically modified, it could create paralysis. In my case, right, long COVID and ME/CFS, what happens is the fatigue is so bad. Like I'm fatigued on a daily basis to the point where it's just extreme exhaustion. And it creates a lot of physical pains that come along with it, among other things. But the exhaustion is not like you're just tired every day. It's a physical exhaustion. Your muscles ache. Everything hurts because your body is weak and tired. There's something about, again, I can't make this up. They're looking for some sort of technology. That is what paralysis has to do with the physical mind-body. The mind and the body. The mind-body are part of one. Because without the mind, without the brain, you can't have the body. The body won't exist. Yeah, they're looking, I can't make this, they're looking for something that's hidden here. They're searching for something. This is a part of why this war is happening. Imagine long COVID happens, right? Or not long COVID. Imagine COVID happens. And why all of a sudden is there a war happening? It only makes sense to me to think that there's some sort of information about the virus, about what happened in the lab, about that region in Wuhan, about the effects... Possessed? About the effects of... All of these corrupt-ass people are possessed with the spirit of the devil. And when I say the spirit of the devil, that means that they take darkness and they turn it into evil. Darkness has a purpose. Das is a Gnostic, as an occult Christian, I know that darkness, light and dark, the yin and the yang, there's two sides to balance. There's the feminine and the masculine. The masculine would be the dark and the feminine would be the light. Well, actually, some depict it differently. Some people depict the masculine as the light and the feminine as the dark. It depends on what, like, cultural background you come from or religious background. But regardless of which one it is, there's the light and the dark, and then there's evil. Evil is Satan. Evil is evil. You literally know that darkness can hurt, so you take darkness and you use it for your benefit, and that turns into evil because you're only hurting people and harming people for your benefit or for the benefit of others. All of these political powers are in that mode. They are all possessed. But they're all looking for something here. It's a big organization of some kind that thinks that they're being hidden by the moon, right? Oh, we can't see you, we can't see you. Murder, death and dying. This technology can create death and dying. So imagine having the power to literally just cough on someone's face and then they die. Or to release something in the water. This could be about water. Interesting, the Four of Cups. This could be about water, our water resource. And again, something comes out of nowhere in the water. It could be something that gets released in the water. Remember, you guys, whatever we consume is what poisons us. They've been poisoning us for years. Factories have been poisoning us for years and poisoning our water and our land. If not thousands of years. Disaster. I'm telling you, world disaster. Look at this, water, world disaster. These are planes falling from the sky. This is just cities being demolished by, not only is there going to be like a lack of water, a lack of resources, but something about the water here, something about coastal towns. It's just going to be completely a mess. You know when they say like, oh, shit happens in threes. No, this is going to be coming one after another. It's like we're all going to be hit with boom, boom, cursed. Thank you. We're cursed. This is a cursed generation of humans. Thank you, Spirit. Cursed. Cursed. We're cursed. Boom, 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 one after the other, after the other, after the other. And religious and spiritual figures like myself will arise from this chaos. They want destruction. They want to have control over the ability to destroy in the blink of an eye. Oh yeah, move it. We won't get the chills. I'm gonna put it back. I can't believe it. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. Destruction, apocalypse. I can't pick this up. And then we've got this. It's a warning. This card is a warning card. Whenever I see this abduction alien card, this is a warning. It says you may be losing your individuality in your attempts to conform. This is a big Benjamins. Yeah, the money. So the name Benjamin could be serious, but it's also about the money. This is a ticking time bomb waiting to happen, where it's all about how they can control the money and the flow of money on the globe, on a global scale. There's only one family, the Rockefeller family, who's linked with another family. I believe they are the ones that own the banking systems. I forget the exact name. They're all linked together. They own pretty much all the banking systems. There's maybe only a couple countries in the world left, if that, that are not a part of the same banking system. Cuba used to be one of those countries, but they gave in and they now are part of the world banking system. Trying to think here. This is a warning because whoever has the power is the one that also has the ability to negotiate with the world banking system and all of the families that are affiliated with the way that things run today. You think that politicians have power, they only have power on a very small subset scale. There are people way, way above them that have way more money and more pull and more power because of their resources and then the way that they maintain their circle tight. So, like, for example, Iran. Who goes in and out of Iran? No one goes in and out of Iran. That's dangerous. Not because it's dangerous to them. It's dangerous. It's like the quiet person in the corner of the room. Don't mess with the quiet person in the corner of the room because no one has access in or outside of that person's mind. That'd be like, again, Spirit was saying something about opening. I was going to say earlier, Pandora's box. I think that's what I forgot to say earlier. I got distracted. It's like opening Pandora's box. We have opened Pandora's box. Whoever decided to study viruses in a lab for whatever purpose they thought it was is probably for war purposes, just my humblest of opinion, then yeah, you open Pandora's box and now we can't close it because guess what? Everyone now knows that the viral technology to literally wipe out an entire country or nation or maybe the world is possible. Thank you, COVID. Thank you, foolish. So foolish. Whoever decided to open Pandora's box was very foolish. Very, very foolish. I can't make this shit up. Murder. This is murder. You're talking about murder on Satan. Thank you. And I said, thank you, Spirit. I said Satan. I was talking about the devil and how he's trying to burden everybody and trying to and showing everybody, showing God at this very moment. See, this is a test for us. And you think that a test isn't good. No, we all have to be tested. But this is a global scale. This is like for all eyes to see. Okay? This is Judgment Day. You will be judged for your decisions going forward to this from this day on. Because you're not just affecting you as an individual. Many of the decisions that are made on a global scale are affecting billions of people around the world. The point of this technology, whatever this technology is, again, I'm not making this shit up, I said this before, technology is supposed to what? Paralyze a country, a nation, or its people. And what does long COVID and MECFS do? It makes people incapable of working. It makes them sick and too tired to do anything. So what? Many of them die. This Pandora's box that was open is leading to people's deaths, and it will just keep on leading to death. Its purpose is for death. That's what its purpose was. Its purpose is for disaster. That's what the purpose of it was. And what is that called? That's premeditated murder on a large global scale. Do you know how many of our countries, including my own, America, they're all murderers? These are all murderers. Some of these people don't have bribed. Thank you. These countries have been bribed with money, with resources. Oh, we'll fix you up a nice, package here. We got you a nice little package here. As long as you agree with us, we're all good. No. That's like, no offense, but that's like America sending $1 billion to Israel, or what is now known as Israel. And it's like, what are you talking about? How many homeless people are on the street right now in America? How many children are starving and families are having to go to food pantries to feed themselves, and you're sending $1 billion to another country that really doesn't need our assistance? They don't need our help. They've got other supporters as well. You could send way less money to them and they'd still get the assistance that they need. But we, on the other hand, actually need the money that our tax-paying dollars pay for, but yet it's going to another country to do what? We don't even know what they're doing with that money. And they have a huge aspect in this because the star card keeps coming up, which is the Star of David, which is the symbol for Israel, which is the symbol of the Jews. The Jews and the Zionist Party are two separate entities altogether. Many of the Jews do not agree with the Zionist Party that rules today, and many do.
I remember you.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yep. They made a contract. There's some sort of contract that they're making right now. And this contract, this marriage contract between groups. Yeah. Yeah, it says masculine and feminine aspects of oneself uniting. So yeah. And it's interesting how these two, the islands here, the
Shore.
beach. Yeah, the shore. Oh, sure. You meant sure, not shore. I'm thinking the beach. This time is going to bring forth the feminine energy even more now. Because many of the people that are making these decisions are men. And I'm not saying that all of them are. There's probably plenty of women out there making these horrible decisions for all of our different countries. But many of these decisions are being made by men. And there's nothing wrong with men, but the evil ones need to go. Okay? So there's going to be a lot of women coming into politics and into power, and people trying to make their way through the structure that has been built around us. And they're going to create bondage or binding contracts. Their path is going to be set in stone. It's going to lead us into a different direction, but not until, unfortunately, until much of this is like, much of the land, much of everything is just like this. See this island here in the middle of the ocean? It's barren. There's nothing on it. No one lives there. Until, unfortunately, humanity is weeded out, and until we go through this disaster, this destruction, much of this bond between feminine and masculine energies will not come full circle. It will just maintain that fragmentation that will hit certain groups of people, that will raise the collective consciousness a little further up, but it won't actually be able to come into a solid union of sorts until...
Have we met?
Yes, we have. Until we... Yeah, this is all on the stage. It says nudity. Everything is going to be exposed. More and more people will be experiencing paranormal activity, spirits coming to them, warnings, dreams. People, more and more people, I can't make this up, more and more people will, apocalypse, wanted to come out. Money, it's all about money. It's in reverse. So that's a bad thing. Because it's all about the money. See how her hands are open for the money flows to her? Her hands, if it was upright, it would be the money flowing out. So the purpose of when you have riches and finance is to invest in invention. It's to create. Her, thank you, her. The feminine, okay? So the feminine of the world, like the feminines of the world, feminine energies of the world will come forward to create a lot. And the purpose of that feminine aspect is to give. It's different than what's happening right now, which is to take. So that's what's going to be destroyed, is the idea that we have to take and take and take from Mother Earth, from each other. And this is a part of what a true feminine... So there's many women nowadays that will say, oh, I don't need a man. That's actually a masculine energy speaking. That's not a feminine. A feminine energy is submissive and gives.
Can you repeat?
A feminine energy is one energy that is different than a masculine, in that a masculine is prone to take and a feminine energy is prone to giving, right? What does the woman do when she has a baby? She gives birth. What does the woman do when she has the baby and she's feeding the baby? She's giving sustenance from her boobs, her chest, her milk, right? Masculine energies, what does a masculine have to do to plant seed inside of a woman? He has to give it to her, right? So there's a receiving and a giving between a masculine and feminine. But when a masculine is in power, when a masculine energies are in power or running the show, you're gonna see and hear even women. Doesn't matter if you're in a woman's body. It's the energy that spews out of your mouth. Are you speaking from a masculine perspective, or are you speaking from a feminine perspective? And if a woman is saying, "I don't need no man," that's a masculine speaking energy. That's not. I don't care if you have a vagina between your legs. You speak like a man because that's how you're acting. A feminine energy knows that she's to give. She's the bearer, the giver in society. So we have the apocalypse, the money, and moving forward. This is what's going to help our society move forward from one era of time to another. It's all about exposure. And the superhero powers. There are people amongst us, like me, we have abilities that we are given because we have to help. Many people will not be able to transition so easily from one version of utopia to another. So we're going from this like very flowery utopia to some level to now we're going to be entering into a completely different utopia. We're protected right now in America. We're protected, but we don't know if that's actually gonna last.
Have you been before?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yes and no. Many of us feel like we're being ignored. We are being ignored purposefully. People don't care so much unless it is suitable to their agenda, their ideology, what their purpose is. So the agenda would be, let's say that, back in the day when blacks and whites couldn't get married, my family, wasn't technically legally supposed to be with each other, but they were. The agenda behind that would be, okay, well, we want it to be free and equal, and so people should be able to get married. But let's say that really the agenda, like even though on the surface it looks like that's the agenda for equality, really it's a completely different, someone's purpose of fighting for that is because it gives them a level of power of control from the law's perspective to either obtain more money, right? So like legalizing marriage between blacks and whites had more to do with money than it actually had to do with equality. And maybe it had to do with equality for those that it affected, right? Like my family, for the black and white sides to get married. But on the other end, the people that approved this into law and made it official have other reasons for doing it. There's an agenda behind it. They got something from it. Or again, like I stated, most likely there was money to be made. Because what happens when you get married? The state makes a lot of money. The federal government makes money because of taxes and everything else that comes along with being married. They claim it's better to be married and you get more benefits. That's not 100% true. It really depends on your financial bracket. And it depends on like where you choose to live. Again, there's something that we don't see. There's someone that we don't see. There's something that sad. Yeah, okay. So it's a sad time. Okay. Being chased. Yeah, we're not going to be able to run from this. We're not going to be able to run from, there's something to do with flowers or again nature. Something that has to do with this sinister thing. I don't know if this is going to... Okay. So we have to go through this struggle, this burdensome struggle, like being chased. to eventually get to this peaceful place where things will be growing again and life will change. But that requires a level of destruction. And there's monsters among us, monsters and demons. This is the era and time that we are in. And on the bottom is feeling trapped. Many of us feel trapped because we are. And remember when I said the paranormal is going to happen and other activities? Deceased loved ones, deceased people. There's going to be a lot of people passing away, and there's going to be a lot of people obtaining gifts that they never thought they had before, including, like mine, speaking to the dead, communicating to the other side.
Only for you.
Many people are going to try to get away from this situation. You can't run. Like Spirit is showing me, you can't run, you can't hide. This is a fate. This is a revelation. So revelations in from what Spirit has shown me is not the way that like it's portrayed. It is the way it is portrayed in the Bible, but it's not, right? Because the Bible is a dream. The revelation in the Bible is a dream state. So it's symbology that's being utilized here. What people don't understand is revelation is a time that everyone has to face, a collective, a group. It's not just like an individual person experience a bad time in their life. This is everybody on the freaking planet has to address the revelations of what they didn't do, what they did do, how they treated the planet, how they treated one another, why we allow hate and bribery and deceit to even infiltrate our system as it is, and we allow these people to continue on after they've done the destruction. This is like, most of us will be guiding. These are like guides here. This is Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is dropping these little pellets of information to the collective. There will be more and more, like the Bible talks about, there will be more and more people that will have dreams and premonitions and revelations, and more prophetic gifts will come of this time, because that's unfortunately what's going to happen. It's written, and this is the Holy Spirit. All of these doves are Holy Spirit. And as much as these demons and these monsters want to take you and consume you, you have to ignore it. You have to block it out. You can't become or entertain or be agreeable to things that are destructive. If you're a celebrity or an actor, you need to stand up for what's right. There was a basketball player. He basically got fired, or he dropped out of the NBA because he does not want to work with Nike, which supports the NBA. Because why? Nike supports China. China killed 1 million Tibetan people. That's a genocide. So we are letting China get away with a genocide. Well, Nike supports China and they have a relationship with them, yet they're overlooking the fact that China has committed global atrocities. And many, many people to this day are comfortable with that. We're just comfortable with Nike. We're comfortable with all these companies making decisions that are not in the best interest of humanity as a whole. Yet they want to preach that they're all about the LGBTQIA community, but yet they're okay with 1 million Tibetan people dying. Give me a freaking fracking break. Oh, they care so much about the fat woman, that lives in the Bronx, that's not being seen on commercials and doesn't feel included. Oh, but yet they're okay with China killing 1 million Tibetan people. To this day, no one has done a damn thing about it. So these are the hypocrisies of the world that are being revealed to everybody. Nudity. This is exposure. This is a time of exposure. The age of Aquarius is upon us. The age of Aquarius is just, for me, a an astrological way of saying the time of exposure, the time of revelations. Being lost, losing something. This society has lost its way. We are completely ass backwards. This is not the direction that we were meant to go. This entire group of children that are born today have completely lost. Okay. When we enter into school, right, during COVID, kids were not allowed to go to school. They isolated children. That isolation, up until the age of 7 years old, children only learn by mimicking. This is a psychological known fact. So they will mimic their environment. They will mimic the people around them to learn what it's like to be human. So what do you think happens when you isolate an entire generation of children for several years? If not a year or 6 months. It doesn't have to be that long to create destruction. Do you not think that the people in power thought of that? Do you not think that they were told what type of ramifications would occur by isolating people? This younger generation is drowning. Do you think that we're going to be able to bounce them back like that? Like it's just so easy to bounce back from 6 months to a year of not being in and around others, being isolated. All the children that were raised in isolation because they don't have anything but maybe their parents, and their parents had to work. Many of those parents were on computers at home doing work. They could not concentrate on the children, and they had to be at home with their parents. Why? Because they didn't have care providers for anyone except for first responders. So there's an entire generation of children drowning, and what does that mean? That means their education, their emotional well-being have declined compared to the generation prior, and that means that invention, ideas, and sustainability will not come readily, easily available to that generation, just like it's not coming readily, easily available to the prior generation, but it's going to be worse. Because why? They were stunted from the start. Cell phones, and the spirit said phone. This technology. Okay, so part of the technology is the actual like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all the technology that we use today, all these apps. That's a huge aspect of it's limiting our ability to concentrate. It's limiting our ability to sleep. It's creating a level of addiction. There's many children and adults like myself, we're all addicted to social media. We're addicted to the algorithms and when we should post things and when we shouldn't post things. We're now coming into a place where now technology is going to control what we say and do. I've typed comments on things that are not even close to being harmful, and I've been told that I shouldn't say those things, and then I've been dinged for saying things that are not even harmful because freedom of speech is no longer free anymore. Anywhere. It doesn't matter if we have a constitution. Our freedoms to say what we want to say on a public platform are being limited and reduced, and more people are going to private Facebook groups where all the pedophiles are. By the way, there's many pedophilic Facebook private groups that Facebook claims to not be able to do anything about, but yet they talk to us about our comments and how they may not be very kind. It's like, what, you're worried about my unkind comment, supposedly unkind comment, but you're not concerned about, you know, maybe the children online that are being exploited by horrible people in private because a group is private. You don't see it. Get the hell out of here. So we got that. Like, people are going to be turning more to like private groups private platforms where you're either paying or you don't even have to pay. You just register, you sign up, and then you have access to that content because these people can't say or do anything about it. It'd be like when they used Minecraft. I mean, they probably still do it. When they used Minecraft back in the day to communicate amongst the community, to tell you what was happening in China or what was happening in like the Middle East or these war-torn countries in Africa, in the continent of Africa, and all these different countries where they had to communicate, oh, we just had a kidnapping, or oh, we just had a bomb go off here, or oh, we just had this, because why? The normal media is so corrupt that they don't report everything that's real. They only want to report what fits their entertainment value. Because if you look at the news nowadays, they have to tell you it's for entertainment purposes only. Just like I have to tell you it's for entertainment purposes only, as a legal disclaimer. Why? Because they're not going to be liable. They're trying to entertain you. The news is not an information service. It is, in theory, but really it's an entertainment information service. So they're really trying to entertain you. They're trying to create, entertainment nowadays is to create a feeling. So you're trying to create fear. You're trying to create feelings of like love and admiration. You're trying to make feelings of guilt. You want people to donate somewhere. You want to make them feel guilty about something, right? The same thing with like the political realm nowadays. It's like the freaking gauntlet. You're going to like the gladiators. This is what this is what the news media has turned into. It's the arena for gladiators. Like all the political figures. If you never thought about this, imagine being in America and you're voting for the president. The people that are on political ballots should actually have an entire packet that they have to send you that is approved by the federal government, that they send you. It cannot talk trash about anybody. It has to specifically state what your policies are, what you stand for, what you voted for in the past, and why you as an individual want to be in this position, and what background you have to claim that you deserve that position. That's what should be passed out or mailed to every resident or home. And if you vote, it should be based off of that information, not the bullshit ass commercials that you see. That's basically the gladiators arena right there. Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, all of them. They're trying to get you to sit in the arena and basically hate one another from different sides, and eventually someone dies. Someone's destroyed. Okay, how many times has Fox News been destroyed? Or one of their reporters been destroyed? Or MSNBC. There was an MSNBC reporter from last year or 2 years ago that I predicted a blonde woman was going to come out of a major news station to claim that she didn't want to work there anymore. And guess what? I predicted that, and it came true. She don't want to work there anymore. Why? Because she said it's all corrupt. She doesn't want to work for a system that tells you what to think and feel and how to eat and wipe your ass, basically. Basically what she said. In nicer way. But this is all, like, this technology is a part of it. Social media, the media, it's all a part of the machine, the monster, and all of the sort of evil that we are seeing in the world. And remember when I said they were studying? Not only is that, it's affecting the animals. There's something about animals here as well. So, there's something about fight or flight. You won't be able to fight with this, with whatever is happening. Like the long COVID, people are literally tired. Look at how tired she is in the sky. This was a huge part of this. I guarantee you COVID has a huge part to do with the revelations. And again, social media, again. So the physical health and well-being of people with the paralysis and the fallen card. Then we have the death energy here and the murder card. Again, all of this disaster and this destruction is in a way premeditated. Look, you're born from the womb here. Social media is also promoting like unhealthy family dynamics, so they're not promoting a mother and father to be in the household, or a mother and mother, or a father and father. They're not promoting a masculine energy and a feminine energy specific in a household anymore. They're portraying that like a single mom can do it on her own, and this is how you can do it, and you can do it so great, and your children are going to grow up super well rounded and blah blah blah. No, 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 no. What happened to the family unit? The family unit was the very thing that what kept society together. And the moment that the family unit deteriorated is the moment that society started to decline even further. We could add race, and we could add religion, and we can add financial abundance into that factor, but those are other factors that would change the outcome, right? On an individual basis, because those, you can't say like all black people experience the same thing and all white people experience and all Asians. No, not everybody from the same race group or creed or religion experience the same things. So we can't base it off of that. We have to just look at, okay, well, the unit, the family as a whole has been destroyed, where women literally are like, I don't need a man. Really? Like, okay, why do you think that you would need a man? Like, okay, so do you think that the man is what? You just look at the man as, oh, I don't need him to provide for me or to like wait on me hand and foot. What is your idea of why you don't need a man in the first place? No, a man is there to support the children that you have with him. A man is there to protect, to serve the family. A man is there to provide as well. So why is it that you want to dismiss a man altogether because you've had bad experiences with men? Why? Just because it feels good? Like you feel powerful doing it? That's a masculine thing to do. So if you're trying to say that you're a woman and you're an independent woman raising a child on your own and this child is well-rounded, then tell me how you are not in your masculine energy, because that's what the man does. The man, their energy always goes out and says, I'm the powerful one. I can do this on my own. I can take care of the family. That's what men are taught to do, energetically speaking. So you basically are becoming the man to take the man's role so that you can provide as a woman. But you have to have the energy and the attitude of a man to do that. You're not actually in the attitude and the energy of a feminine to do that. So again, there's a family unit. Yeah. We need to wrinkle in like where we're heading, the direction of society as a whole, because whatever's happening right now is being influenced by something or someone else here. Our path, our direction is in a sense, we need to bring it back to track because it's out of control right now, because the media, everything is influencing us. We can't make a decision we can't even see the truth because we are so wrapped up into what every person is saying, and we're basing everything off of that instead of, okay, let me go research the elements of this by myself without someone spewing it from like a television screen or from social media telling me their opinion about it. And everything is about image right now as well. So like, okay, people are like, I don't want to be seen as a racist. Okay, I'm half black and half white, and I have my opinion about racism. I see racism a little bit differently than the way that some people see racism. So when people are pulling out the racism card every 5 freaking minutes because they think that's like the best idea, it's like, no, you're You're just destroying the very thing that my family and other families in the world have been trying to defeat because you think you know better than we do. Okay, so you're the only person in the world. It's this attitude that everyone thinks they know racism and can just throw their racism card out there. Just like in my community, like I'm half black, right? In the black community, how many ignorant people pull out the black card, like they use their race as a way to say, well, this is the reason why this thing is happening to me. No, no, no. No, Ebony, this is not the reason why this is happening to you. Just because you're black doesn't mean that this would be happening to you differently than another white person in this scenario. Not everything is about race. Not everything is about your religion. Not everything is about the freaking body parts between your legs. Not everything is about whether you have boobs or not, or if you identify as a man or a woman. It's not always about that. There's a huge, larger, bigger picture there. Okay? So you stay in the ideology of the Lynch ideology when you continue to agree that all of those other things are the reason why you are in the position you are in. No, it's a global issue. It's much bigger than that. They want you to focus on that little shit because they don't want you to focus on the bigger picture, which is our political powers that run the show. And no, we don't need a freaking communist, come into America and making us like China and Russia and all those countries. No, we don't need that. There's another way. There's a better way because communism has never provided anything for anybody. Look at Cuba. What do they have? What do they have that America doesn't have? They've been communists for how long? Look at North Korea. That's a communist country. Do you know what Jin Ong Young or whatever the hell his name is, his parents? Do you know what his father promised the people? He said, if you give me your land, you give me your land. Look how precious land is. If you give me your land, I will provide everything for you. Okay, so where did that promise go? Because I'm pretty sure that the people fleeing from that country are telling horror stories of eating crickets. And that's all they could survive off of. And they literally left nets in between trees so that they could catch crickets, so they could eat for the day. Even someone in North Korea that works for the political party there, the Communist Party, that's still all they eat. That's still all they get. Unless you're a super, super high-ranking official, even the super, super high-ranking officials, they get very measly support. It's measly. It's way better than people living on the street or what we consider homeless, but those people aren't even considered homeless. They're considered well taken care of. And this is a communist country. So when everyone's all like, oh, we need socialism, oh, we need this, we already have socialism in a sense. We have a public library. We have public schools. We have all sorts of public accommodations. That is social. That's a social aspect of our democracy that people underestimate. The problem really is in America, at least. I mean, it's a global problem, but it's how our political powers utilize our money and resources. If they actually utilize our money and resources for things other than studying squirrels, why do I need to know more about the damn squirrel? Why? Why are you giving them $1 million for that? There's so many other things that we could take that million and redistribute it somewhere else because it belongs there instead of let's do a study on squirrels. We might as well be like looking for lost pirates at sea at this point with that million. That's how beneficial this squirrel study is. So if we looked at where our money was going, then you would see who you voted in. And then we would all see that the reality is that these people are taking the money and they're using it inappropriately. They're promising money to people that they shouldn't be promising money to for frivolous things. They're spending our money frivolously, and we're mad at each other instead of being mad at who's spending our money. We would have more money in our pockets if the people in power didn't spend our money, like sending billions of dollars to other countries for no reason. For what? Why can't we use that billion here when I'm the one paying for it? When my neighbor is paying for it? When my son is going to be paying for it? All the money that the current leadership right now in America is promising all these countries and for the war and everything that's happening, and our support of everybody, that's all coming from my child's pocket when he gets older and he's working and paying taxes. All that's going to have to be paid in. What happened when President Clinton was president and, he wiped away all the national debt? What happened to that era in time? I mean, I'm not saying he's a good person. I think the very opposite of him. I don't think he's a good person at all. I don't like the Clintons. Who does? But the truth is, he wiped away the debt, the national debt, and now we're back in how many billions of dollars? Trillions now. Trillions of dollars do we owe to China and everybody else that we not only borrow from, but then we're taking money from Social Security and taxes. They're basically shoplifting. This is how it feels. Yeah, look, this is our society. They want us feeling lost and trapped. And this is what's happened. Why? They don't want religion to be at the forefront. They don't want people to talk about God. They don't want any of that shit to come out. Intruders. Yep, there's going to be invasion of some kind. And it's going to travel. Okay, last message. China. Okay. Russia. Russia is juggling because they're the leaders. China's having to sort of retreat or walk away, and they're needing the support. And Iran is the money behind it. Russia is the one that is juggling. They're juggling the situation, while Iran is the superpower that has all the money. They're like imagine Iran is like the bank, and China is having to retreat because they have a really bad reputation, and they are sort of like the silent supporters. Yeah, silent supporters here. Can't believe I said that, and the High Priestess in reverse came out. These are silent supporters. China is more of like the silent supporter because they have certain resources. They have a limited amount of resources. They have an army, which will come very helpful to them. But in relation to what they're providing right now, in this whole matter, is silent resources to Russia, and then Iran will be playing a bigger role as sort of like a bank, kind of like, oh, let me borrow this from you. Yeah. I can't believe I said that and this came out. Six of Pentacles, let me borrow this from you. That's the relationship that China, Russia, and Iran have. It's like a borrowing, sort of like internal banking system. Why? So they can come out of the cold all together. They are all in the cold individually, but together they are undefeatable. And I'll just say that. Yep, they don't have to walk away when they're together. They don't have to move away from this situation. Russia doesn't have to retreat because they have the backing of Iran and like their finances, and then they also have Chinese resources. So Russia is going between China and Iran. Russia is the one that's like the head. I can't make this up. Wasn't the bear the head? In the Bible, there is a bear. Part of one of the dreams, it says that in Revelations there's a bear as one of the heads of the beasts. And it's the bear is the head, which makes sense because Russia is the head, and then Iran and China are sort of like the parts of the animal, the parts that help it to work. Hanged Man. Yeah, Russia. I said Russia in my head. Russia is the Five of Wands, which is the fighting. They're in the war with the Ukraine right now. So that makes sense. China. Russia, China. The Queen of Swords. They are providing resources and logic. So they're providing technology or information. They're providing information. So remember that balloon that was over, I don't know what state it was over, and it was near one of our military bases. We don't know what information and intel they received because they had like a balloon overhead. which would have been able to have access to potential technology here that would be not good for them to have access to. But China is the one providing information and technology. That's what this card represents. And Russia is, again, physically fighting a war right now, which is the Five of Wands. Iran. Ten of freaking Cups. They are the foundation for the family. This is like a freaking mafio. Oh my god. You know, like how the Godfather in the movie at his daughter's wedding, he's sitting there in his desk, and then the people come in and they're offering blessings. Oh, Father, oh, thank you for seeing me, Godfather, thank you. I have a request. It's like that. They have like